Hey guys, we're going to read chapter 35 in The Bridge Home. I'm not sure why it's crooked. I can't figure out how to fix it, so I'm going to be crooked for the video. Let's see what happens to Roku and Musu. Can I help you, my sister? Can you help my sister? I asked Selena Auntie. I thrust our money into her hands. We can pay. Of course I'll help. Selena Auntie took the money and I'll keep this safe for you. I'm not coming, Arul muttered. Your choice, Selena Auntie took Ruku's limp body from Arul, but we don't force anyone to live here. Inside, Selena Auntie laid Ruku on a sofa and motioned for me to set Muthu down on another. I have to call a doctor. They need to go to a hospital. Promise you won't lock my sister away? The old fear surged inside me again. I'd never do that. Selena Auntie spoke to a doctor on the phone and waited with me until she came. The doctor took your temperature and listened to your chest. You didn't shrink from her gentle touch and kind voice. She examined Muthu next, but I only had eyes for you. Dr. Sumitra asked me lots of questions. Did you use mosquito nets? Did you boil the water before you drank it? What medication did you try to give her? How much? How long has her brow felt so hot? As best I could, I answered those questions. When I asked the only question that mattered to me, will my sister be okay? Dr. Sumitra didn't reply. She left to join Selena Auntie in the next room, where they spoke in hushed tones. I strained my ears but couldn't catch what they were saying. In that room where you were lying, a cross hung on the wall above the sofa, like the one we'd seen in church. Looking at Yisu on the cross, I said the prayer Arul had taught me. I said every prayer Amma had sung that I could remember. I prayed silently, words echoing in my head, louder than anything I'd ever spoken. Whoever you are, I begged, wherever you are, I begged, whoever you are, please let Ruku get better. It must have been minutes later. It must have only have been a few minutes later that men came and carried you and Muthu into an ambulance. Selena Auntie and I got in. You were both in such a stupor, that means like unconsciousness, that neither the flashing lights nor the sirens seemed to upset you. The men carried the two of you into a hospital. Silent as the shadow, I followed Selena Auntie while she talked to people and filled out forms. And the men wheeled you both out of sight. A strangely familiar scent rose from the floor. After all those days of having my nose filled with the sense of rubbish, it took me time to recognize the burning scent of acrid liquid. That's like a very strong smell. Amma used to clean our bathroom every once in a while. Selena Auntie tried to explain. Dr. Sumitra thinks they may have dengue fever. It's carried by mosquitoes. They'll get better, right? I hope so, Vici. Most people do, but her eyes got shiny, like she was about to cry. She clutched my hand until a nurse came and led us through the hospital to peek into the overcrowded ward where you were. You and Muthu lay in beds near one another. You were each hooked up to a contraption that dripped medicine and food and water into your veins. Selena Auntie explained. They'll be well looked after, she promised. She didn't promise you'd get better. I wanted to stay with you, but Selena Auntie insisted the best thing I could do was try to get some sleep and make sure I didn't fall ill too. Back at the home, she asked questions about us. We'd always looked out for each other, I said. I told her how you'd earn money with your beadwork, how well you could work with her hands, how most of our teachers and even Amma thought you couldn't do much of anything. At that, she frowned. Too often we expect too little, she said. Ruku was more careful about what she ate than we were. She never waded through trash like we did, I said. It's not fair she fell ill. Life isn't fair, Selena Auntie sighed. There are too many children like you without a home, and children shouldn't have to work. I'm just glad I can help you a little now. Thank you for trusting me, Vici. If only I'd trusted Selena Auntie sooner, you and Muthu might have been playing in the sunshine, celebrating the end of the rainy season instead of lying on hospital beds. That night, Selena Auntie asked if I wanted to call anyone on the phone or write anyone a letter. I wrote to Alma, but I didn't tell Selena Auntie whom I was writing to. I let Alma know we were in the city with good friends. I asked if she was all right, said I would earn and send her money. I didn't tell her how sick you were. I didn't want to believe it. All right. Okay, and our exit ticket question for this chapter is, what clues does the author give that Ruku might not survive her illness? Well, if we look back, the doctor had asked a whole bunch of questions about what they had been doing. Did they boil the water? Did you have a mosquito net? What medication did you give her? How much? And then Selena Auntie also doesn't say like she'll get better. Selena Auntie says they'll take good care of her. And then another clue would be that they have this that the doctors think that they have that dengue fever, which comes from mosquitoes, which they say that most people can recover from, but we'll have to see what happens. I hope that Ruku can recover. I hope you're enjoying this book like I am, and I'll see you guys for chapter 36. Bye.